Hey everybody, hey, it is Lolita E. Walker. Yes, it is 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am so ready to chat with you. This is day 2 of Sabotage, and Soar. Sometimes you all, I get the strangest requests for these 10-minute power powwows. And the request that I had yesterday is, hey, would you ever go on live without makeup? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? And so today you get all of me. Let me come in a little bit close. I always think it's so funny. But I appreciate the ask. And so before we get ready to get in it, let's go. It's a 10-minute power powwow hosted by Lolita E. Walker. Come on into the room and grab a little bit of coaching, cocktails, and conversations. Yes, coaching is where I leave you with a couple nuggets just to challenge your thinking. Cocktails is where I celebrate the greatness of who you are when you show up right here. And in conversations is what we are about to do for the next 10 minutes. Grab a friend, share it out because it's about to go down. Are you ready for a little bit of motivation? Are you ready to increase your clarity, increase your confidence, and then walk with a new type of commitment? You are in the right place. Come on in. This is Lolita E. Walker of LolitaWalker.com. Let's go. Hey, Veronda. So good to see you here. I'm so excited to see you. Listen, this is our 10-minute power powwow where we only stay on for 10 minutes. If it is your first time here, welcome to Coaching Cocktails and Conversations with Lolita. Coaching is just where I leave you with a couple nuggets just to challenge your thinking. Cocktails is where we celebrate the greatness of who it is that you are. And then we have these juicy conversations. So you can pop on in inside the comments, watch the replay, send me a DM, do all of the things. But today, we are leaning into sabotage, and soar. And I want to bring it up so that you all can really see it because we started part one yesterday. And we started part one yesterday. And I talked to everybody about how I did this keynote this past weekend in Houston. And this was the topic, Self-Soul-Sabotage-Soar. And one of the things I left everybody with is this self, you, right? This self powers this soul, like the deepness of the foundation that you stand on, so that you do not self-sabotage or allow anyone else in your space to sabotage the vision that you already have so that you can walk into it and now soar differently. And so today I want to lean into that a little bit. Hey, Lynn Luckett, she said, hey girl, hey, I didn't see it, but I'm here now. Come on in the room. Yes, every Tuesday and Wednesday. So we only have a couple of minutes. And today I wanted to challenge you with the notion of how are you sabotaging yourself? When we talk sabotage, it is, being destructive, deliberately destructing what you have inside of your way. And so I want to ask us, how are we getting inside of our own way? Because I bet if you really think about it, there's something that we have put a belief in front of us that we're not able to soar differently, right? Oh my gosh. Hey, Mary Kim, how are you? Such a powerful topic. Been there, right? Yes, I've been there too, right? We've all been there if we're really honest with ourselves. So today's soul work is super juicy, super easy. It is, what are the top 3 things that we're working on right now? What are the top 3 projects that we're working on, whether it's work, whether it's life, whether it's home? And then I want to ask you about, what is the next task that you have in relation to the goal? So, what are the top 3 things you're working on right now? Think about it. Then, what is your next task in the way to get you to your goal? And then I want to talk to you about, what is the community that you have around you that you might be able to pull on for support? Because see, sometimes we get in our way by thinking we can do it by ourselves. Now, I might just be talking to somebody else. I might just be talking to me. I might be talking to nobody, but I know for sure that I have been in places and spaces where I get in my own way of moving and leaping to the next level by not leveraging the power of my own ask. What does that look like? What does that feel like? Do you need to ask someone for help? So one of the things that I'm working on right now, yay, hey girl, hey, yes, Veronda said, hey girl, hey, and my friend Mary Kim said, hi, beautiful. Before you got here, Mary Kim, I was saying that someone DM'd me yesterday and said, would you ever do a live without any makeup? And I'm like, absolutely. Here I am today. You guys, I've done one of these 10-minute power powwows under the dryer with foil all over my hair, because to me, I do love to look amazing. It makes me feel better. Makeup just enhances the awesomeness that's already inside of me. It's talking about self. It's talking about I know the foundation of my soul, where I stand upon, and I won't allow that to be my sabotage, right? I'm not going to allow that to prevent me from talking to you guys about 10 minutes of power so that I can soar. Because my vision, right, it goes back into what is your next task to get you on your vision. Because my vision of these 10-minute power powwows is to leave you with a couple nuggets just to challenge your thinking. Right. And then it leads you into a broader conversation, whether you're in my Facebook group, Coaching Cocktails and Conversations. If you're not there, come on over to the group, which is where I'm going next. Or it leads you into kind of thinking a little more expansively, because you too can move that barrier out of your way. How do you know that? Because you stand on the foundation of all of your core values and your strengths. Is this making sense to folks? I hope so. Right? Absolutely. Okay. Today, the exercise for you, the soul work that I have for you is super, super simple. What are the 3 projects that you're working on now? 3 things that you're going through. I haven't thought of mine, but I can tell you. One is I have got to get myself ready for starting my PhD. Yay, yay. And I'm also teaching at the same time. So ensuring that I have what I need for those classes are going to be so important. That's number 1. Number 2, well, I have 2 and 3, but I'll talk about number 1. So the activity that I said was, what is your next task? Today is really to go into the Canvas software to really see where I am and what I need to do in order to close out the summer program that I had that I haven't looked at in a few days. And so that's the first task. And then how does it get me to my goal? Right. And the idea is that if this task doesn't help you to get to your goal, then you shouldn't be doing it. It's non-value add. It doesn't need to happen at this particular time. And then is there anyone that I can reach out to in order to help me? And the answer that I'm coming up with now is yes, my advisor. So I'll reach out to him today too, because I haven't talked to him in probably a month. And given that we're starting on the 22nd, it's probably time to check in, right? Yes, because my goal is to complete this entire thing with excellence. It's to be prepared for school on the 22nd. So if that's something I'm working on, I just gave you an example of what that can look like. If I'd said something like, drive up to the campus and see where my classes are. Well, Lolita, it's an hour and a half. Is that something that you have to do today to get you to your goal? Or when you go up there, maybe you could just go a little early, park, and then walk around and see where the class is. You see that? That was so good. That is the example of what I want to share with you today. Okay. I love it. Okay, I love it. So I'm going to post up some what people said, and then we're headed on over to the Facebook group. Mary Kim said, promote my event this weekend. Boom and bam, promote it. If you're not following Mary Kim, make sure you do that. She said also reach out for her chapter in the mom's link. I love it. Next, we have Lynn Luckett said, publishing my first book, writing my dissertation, starting the manuscript for my second children's book, completing the assessment of our book. Yes, we're we're working together, Lynn Luckett and I, on Can We Talk? And that's kind of taking the back burner, but it needs to come up. We are putting together assessments that can go into schools and really help them walk through each of 22 of my 44 poems in my book. So good, right? So what she and I'll do, which I'm so glad you brought it up, is really reprioritize that and understand what our tasks are to lead up to what our ultimate vision is. And then based on timing, when do we want that thing done so that we can reprioritize that? Easy, breezy, beautiful. I love it. Easy, breezy, beautiful. CoverGirl. I used to work for CoverGirl. And then Lynn Luckett said, what can get me there is block time and setting alarms on my calendar. Hashtag boom and bam. Absolutely. And also there was a whole lot going on right now, right there in yours, Lynn Luckett. And so I know you're doing all of the things, but we can't be all of the people at the same time. So I love that you talked about blocking off time in your calendar so that you could be specific. And then you said, and simply work on the work. Hey, you guys, I thank you so much for being here today. If this was your first time, I hope you come back. And if you're not in my Facebook group, go ahead and pop on in, because I head over there right next where we can get into it just a little bit more. This has been your 10 minutes of pure power. And that concludes our 10 minutes of pure power. Thank you so much for showing up today for your 10-minute power powwow. Now, whether you were live and added in, whether you were sitting on a corner and just doing a little bit of thinking, whether you are watching the replay, I want to say hello to you and invite you to come right on back. Did you miss it? Well, go ahead and shoot it out to a friend while both of you guys taking all of the action. So what is next? Head on over to lolitawalker.com/coaching cocktails conversations, because what's in it for you? Yes, it's a podcast. Yes, it's a group coaching program. Are you a part of it? Yes, it is a retreat. Are you already signed up to make sure you're pulling out that power? Yes, it's one-on-one coaching. Yes, it's a journal. Yes, coaching cocktails and conversations is a movement. So grab this 10 minutes and let's do something with it. I will see you later. But head on over, lolitawalker.com. This should not be the first time, but even if it is, make sure it's not the last. See you soon.